guys, Super here, back with another video. Before we start with this, remember to subscribe if you're new to this channel, like the video if you do end up liking it. Let's get on into it. So what we have right here is not a pair of pants. I would not be showing a pair of pants on an FPV video. This is a product by Jrelecs right here, and it is a great product if you're out in the cold and you want to fly FPV. The United States was hit with the recent cold front, and I had to bring this thing out, and I was like, wait, I have not made a video on this, so here's the video on it. So let's get started. So this thing goes for about $17.99 on Amazon, about 20 bucks with tax, and it is relatively expensive. I would say it's relatively expensive, but you are getting a decent product and an effective product. I bought this about a couple months ago, back when it was like really cold outside, and yeah, definitely made my experience a lot better. A lot of my FPV videos, freestyle videos, you can see me complaining about being cold. I'm a little wuss with the cold, and then I bought this, and I started actually flying a lot better. And my hands were a lot warmer. My stick feels were a lot better. Because my fingers weren't as stiff. The primary reason that you buy something like this is so you can keep your hands warm. And why do you want to keep your hands warm in the world of FPV? So you can have more dexterity while you're flying. We do high precision moves sometimes because everything in acro and an FPV quad is completely manual, and you want the most precision that you can get. Obviously, super hot weather, pretty good, but not super cold weather. Super cold weather is going to really ruin your precision when you're flying. So this is definitely a spectacular product for that, yeah, I think it's great. So let's go through the outside of it and like how this thing works. We've got a little flap right here. We got like 4 flaps on top. This is where you slide your controller in. You got Velcro pads on either sides to close the controller in pretty nicely. So the first thing you want to do is you slap your controller in right here, and then you slap this flappy flap down right here, this flap down, and then you slap this one, actually, because this one has 2-sided Velcro. So this one you slap down, and then as you see, there's another Velcro on that side, and you slap this one with this Velcro on top, and now it's like fairly secure in there, even though it doesn't look the best, but it is fairly secure in there if you have a controller in there, which I'll put a controller in there and show you and everything. This little black tape that I put here is because I didn't want the cut that I made to extend. I made a cut right here just so I can feed my lanyard through, because I fly with a lanyard, as I recommend in my top 3 transmitter upgrades. So if you want to watch that video, you can click wherever the card shows up. But yeah, that's a hole that I made so I can fly with my lanyard. That's the one main thing that I didn't like about this product, was the fact that there was no pre-made hole for me to put my lanyard through, because I do fly with a lanyard. And then on the bottom you have 2 holes right here for you to put your hands through on the bottom. This thing is huge, that's why I can't really fit it on the whole thing on my on the frame of the camera, which sucks, because this is just far out as my what do you call it, overhead cam goes. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. You just kind of just put your hand in and you just fly. It's pretty nice and comfortable. It's got this really nice fleece texture, and it's overall pretty sweet. I think it's a spectacular deal at $17.99. It is expensive, but if you look at the fact that there is a lot of fleece and a lot of, it's a very niche product, and the company does need to make some money, it kind of makes sense with the pricing. You can do the same thing with a pair of pants and or a pair of shorts. That would be optimal. But you won't have this little window to see your controller if you do want to look down at your controller. If you have like a little camera on there, like a VTX camera screen thing that you have on your controller, you can see it through this. If you put your controller in, like Mr. Steele does. Mr. Steele has like a little FPV monitor that he attacks onto his controller, and if you put it into a normal pair of shorts, he probably wouldn't be able to see that if he has to fly blind, and his goggles don't work. So this would be great for him. But yeah, I think it's great. Most people just kind of struggle through the cold, and they're like, all right, it's fine, it's just cold, I'm just not gonna I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna fly, or I'm just gonna suffer through it and just fly and have a good time. But for me, I was just like, okay, this thing seems cool. This thing seems to be a thing that they offer on Amazon, and I'll buy it. Let me put a controller in and show you how everything looks. So this is how it would look. As you can see, my hands are in there having a good time. The little stick noises are kind of muffled because there's a lot of padding inside of here when I do this. But yeah, it works perfectly fine. The only thing that I can complain about is the fact that your fingers do kind of rub against this. But once you're actually in the heat of the moment flying and having a good time, that really doesn't matter. Your dexterity does not get lost. That you actually gain more dexterity by not being in the cold and being in one of these than the dexterity that you lose from having your thumbs rub against the really clear plastic thing right here. But I think it's great. I think it's a great product. I think it's a very niche product. I don't want to make this video unnecessarily long because it is a very simple product. Like, you just put your hand through here and you put your controller in, and if you want to make a cutout for your lanyard, you can make a cutout for your lanyard. And yeah, also, if you have big antennas like crossfire antennas, you can stick them out if you want. I don't have crossfire antennas, but let's say the standard Frsky antennas are pretty big, so you can make them stick out if you want. If you're flying, if you think that the fleece is going to cover a little bit of your signal, but you can make it stick out like that if you want. I really don't care. I don't fly super long, so the signal is always pretty much at 100% for me. But yeah, that's it. That's the whole product right here. There's really nothing else to it. And yeah, I think it's great. Link in description. And yeah, a very short video today. Very short compared to my normal videos. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about this or anything else, please do let me know and comment down below. And yeah, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.